Hi, YouTube family and podcast family. I woke up this morning and I had a really enlightening moment. I keep a notepad by my bed, by the way, and I would suggest you do the same. And I wrote down some things that came right away to my mind as I was laying in bed this morning. And I want to share this with you. I want to tell you that every day you are getting closer to death. Yay! No, just kidding. That's terrible, right? That's the bad news. Every day you're getting closer to death. But here's the good news. You get to choose what you do between now and death. Yeah, you get to choose. You don't get to choose your circumstances, and you don't get to choose how others behave towards you or act towards you, but you get to choose how you react. And about that is, when I woke up this morning, what came to my mind was, are you caught in a time capsule of hate, resentment, pain, and unworthiness? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that a lot of people who've been damaged, who've been hurt, who've been abused, or who've been discarded, who've had toxic relationships, we tend to live in this time capsule where we replay the pain that we had gone through at the end of that relationship, at the end of that, horrible time in our life, or even throughout that horrible time in our life. We replay it. We live in that time capsule. And I want to tell you that, we get onto YouTube or onto Google and we start looking for articles or videos that'll help us get through this, and we start watching especially videos about relationship coaching, like, oh, why can't I find a good relationship now? I just left a horrible one, or this horrible one's been a part of my life for, a decade, and it's taken me, I'm 4 or 5 years out, and I'm still, suffering from that, and I want to find a better relationship. So I'm going to watch some relationship coaching videos. And some of those are really great, and I'm not saying they're not. What I'm saying is, when you walk into those videos, when you walk into coaching that tells you how to behave without cleaning out what's deep inside of you, you're going to bring with you into the next relationship whatever is deep inside of you. You're going to bring that time capsule of hate and resentment with you. So you have to release that. You have to release that time capsule. So you're looking to build a new relationship, or you're looking to find, a person who can fulfill you, and yet you're carrying around this time capsule. You're either carrying it around or you're living in it. You're living it out every day as you approach death, right? That's insane. So you're trying to build a healthy or a beautiful relationship, but you can't, because you're living inside of this time capsule. And anything beautiful that comes to you, anything beautiful that comes into your life, beautiful people, beautiful choices, beautiful opportunities coming into your life is coming into that time capsule with you. And it gets destroyed. It gets destroyed. Anything beautiful at all gets destroyed by all the hatred and resentment, all the pain, the unworthiness that swirling inside of that capsule will destroy anything good that's coming into your life. So don't live in that time capsule anymore. You've got to get out of there. In 5 years, are you going to want to look back and say, I still feel destroyed. I still feel this pain as if it was yesterday. And by the way, if you're living in a time capsule, it was yesterday, because you brought yesterday with you in that capsule. You're still reliving it every day of your life. And I say life, as you approach death, do you really want to carry that with you all the way to death? So in 5 years, do you want to look back and say, I feel exactly the same. I'm still carrying this resentment. I still hate that person. I still feel worthless. I still feel like, I'm a horrible person, or I still feel like I'm unlovable. Or do you want to look back and barely recognize the person you were then? Because your life is now so fulfilling, so full of beautiful things. And that's why I want to talk to you, because there's only one way to get to that beautiful life. You have to get out of that time capsule of destruction. You have to get out of that time capsule of hate, where you're reliving this movie of your disastrous relationship or replaying it again and again. You're not going to be, people who are coming into your life who want to be a part of your life, who love you and want to love you, are going to get stuck in that time capsule with you because you'll replay it. Now, I don't know if you've ever been around a person who tells the same story again and again. How do you feel when you're around that person? Can you recognize that they're just stuck and they can't get out? That's where you are if you're in this time capsule. So YouTube family and podcast family, I wanted to let you know that. I want you to know that every day we're dying. Every day we're getting closer to death. There's a point in life when you're a child and you're growing, okay? You're living and you're growing up and you're regenerating, and that's great. But you get to a point in your life where you start dying, and you either allow that to take over you faster, or you start making choices that will improve your life, that will actually extend your life, that will make you a happier person. Or you can just continue to live the next several decades. You don't know. You may have 3 more decades. Some of you may have 6, 7 more decades. You have no idea. But goodness and a beautiful life don't just happen. You're not going to suddenly walk into the circumstance of a beautiful life. Every circumstance you have has the possibility of bringing you death or bringing you life. Every circumstance. It depends on how you react to it. It depends on whether you get stronger and learn and find the beauty and find the strength inside of you and find that you have capabilities. Yeah, you choose. You get to choose. And that's what I want to tell you guys today. Get out of that time capsule. Leave it behind. Close it up and just throw it into the dump. I'm serious. Get rid of it. And the reason I'm saying this too is because I look back now and I don't recognize myself where I was 2 years ago. And not even just 2 years ago. I think it was less than that. A year and a half. And honestly, it's taken me, I want to say, less than a year to get on with my life. And I listen to people who have gone through these relationships, and it takes them, oh my gosh, a decade later, they're still miserable. And not any of my viewers have gotten to that point, but some have been in it for 5 years. It's been 5 or 6 years since the end of the toxic relationship, and they're still holding on. And I don't want you to hold on anymore. The ones of you who are just freshly out of it, the ones of you who are 1 or 2 years out of it, I want to say, let it go and heal. Get out of there. Release it. So, you guys, I hope that this message has helped. I hope that you understand that you have the choice of releasing it. You're like, how? This is how. You replace it. You replace those angry thoughts. You replace those hateful feelings. You replace the resentment. You replace it with what? You replace it with forgiveness. I know it sounds horrible and hard, but seriously, say, I forgive this person. Even if you don't, say it out loud. I forgive this person. And say their name. I forgive what happened to me. I forgive what they did to me. I forgive myself for falling for this. I forgive myself for playing into it and making bad choices. I forgive myself for staying as long as I did. You've got to say that. You've got to say that every day until you do actually forgive. And then you have to also fill that void, that time capsule, right? Fill it with lovely things. Start watching positive things, positive movies, positive comedians. Funny, I love comedians, and I can't tell you how much laughter heals you. You know, you may not be in a place to laugh, but start watching a small sitcom. Start watching anything that will start making you chuckle, bring a smile to your face. And that pulls you out a little bit, an inch at a time, out of that time capsule. I want to tell you, I want to free you into the rest of your life. You have so much hope out there. You have so many possibilities. Even if you have only 10 years left to your life, okay? 10 years. Say you have only 10 years left in your life. How are you going to live that time? Do you want to seriously live that time? Oh, I want to spend at least 6 more months of my life resenting. I want to spend at least another 3 years angry and bitter and plotting how to hurt this other person. Really? If you have only 10 years left, why would you give them any more of your time? Why would you give hatred any more of your time? And unplug from social media, unplug from the news. I mean, there's so many negative things going on in the world right now that you do not need to fill your mind with more ugliness or darkness or hatred. People are hating each other for no reason whatsoever other than they think differently. I mean, you got to unplug from that, because all that does is it brings you back into your time capsule of hate, and you start filling it with more other hateful things. And you don't want to do that. All right, you guys? I hope this message has helped, and I wish you a beautiful, wonderful, good choice-filled day. I want to hear what good choices you made today. Comment below. I want to hear it. I want to see what good choices you made today. Even if it was, I decided to treat myself to an expensive coffee. I went out and I watched this show and I laughed my head off. Whatever it is, make a good choice. When I started thinking about this person, started feeling hate towards them, I said, I forgive them, and felt peace overcome me. Send me whatever it is that's coming into your life that is beautiful, that you're accepting, that you're filling that time capsule with until you can get out of that time capsule. So, you guys, I care about you so much. I pray for you, and I want you to go on and live a really good life. I want you to be able to make good choices and hear wonderful stories. And I've heard some already, which is amazing. I've heard some of people who 2 years later have found, a second partner, or they're got into another relationship that's now amazing and beautiful, and it's reciprocal. The other person gives and loves and is tender and kind, and it's a good relationship. That's where I want you to be. I want you to be in a good place within the next year. I don't want you hanging on for 3, 4, 5, 10 years of anger and hatred and bitterness. I don't want that. That's what narcissists do. That's why narcissists destroy themselves, because they hang on to grudges. They do. Even if you think they're living this great life, yeah, there's snippets of a great life for them. But generally, they continue to hold on to resentment of all the people who've ever wronged them. They don't forgive, and they don't empathize. So, you guys, don't be like that. Don't become like that. Don't adopt those horrible habits. You guys, I know I've said goodbye a few times already, or at least alluded to saying goodbye. And this time I really am. I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful day. Find something to laugh about, and let me know what a good laugh you had today.